Welcome back for a very special edition of MC Sports Weekly News. In the lineup, Nautical Channel hits the spot from Sardinia. Andy Van Zyl with a sneak peek on the Unfastened revolution. Michel Bourez defeats Josh Kerr and takes his first ASP Tour career victory at the Margaret River Pro. Center page, Kate and William square off in Auckland Bay. The exclusive behind-the-scenes analysis of senior correspondent Sébastien Destremaux. Americans of Team Hawaii bring in the top medals at the ISA Junior World Surfing Championships. NC Sports, plunge into the action. Fans are still cheering big en route to Tahiti as their very own ASP Tour superstar Michel Bourez is now taking home his first career victory at the drug-aware Margaret Pro. The 28-year-old from French Polynesia first did away with American Super Pro Kelly Slater in the semis and then went on for another clear win against Australia's Josh Kerr.
I dream about it, since I made the tour, and just to win an event was like, you just go for me, to reach, and that's such a good feeling. Yeah, I can't wait for belts now. I always like that wave too, and it was such a tough hit out there because Percy can go mad, and you don't know what to expect from him. And I got those 2 waves, and it's just a dream come true.
The final started slowly, gradually gaining momentum, and Michel set the pace with a 6.33, a 7.57, and finally an 8.33 to seal the deal. Josh Kerr, 30, pushed back compatriot Bebe Durbridge in his semifinal to get here and was also hoping for a first ASP World Championship Tour victory. The Aussie did fight back, but was admittedly unhappy with his performance and the final score of 12.44 to 15.90.
Yeah, I just relaxed going into the final. I just knew I needed just to get the right waves and finish them. I just made a few errors at the start of the heat by falling on the inside, but I definitely didn't choose the right waves. It kind of came down to strategy that heat. I should have just waited out there, and I could have got priority at a good point in the heat if I had been out the back.
Still, after this first reshuffle, Josh has shown he's in the game and now jumps up to 3rd position on the world ranking list after just the 2 ASP Tour events of 2014 here in Australia. Michel also moves up to 4th position overall for the season as the 2 top spots are now respectively filled by Brazil's Gabriel Medina and local legend Joel Parkinson. Slater is right up there in 5th, while reigning world champion Mick Fanning drops off the top 10 list after rounds elimination. Next stop for the ASP Tour will be at the Pro Belts Classic in Queensland in mid-April. And for the full recap, the interviews, and top action at this Margaret River, don't miss next week's edition of MC Sports Buzz, only on Nautical Channel.
Sports fans, I'm Andy Van Zyl and I'm in Sardinia where a kitesurfing revolution is about to be unleashed on the southwest side of the island. Take some of the best kitesurfers in the world and then bring them down here to this Mediterranean paradise to compete strapless, which means no feet attached to the board. Then add some more to this challenge and turn it into a regular competition where judges still gave out top scores in freestyle, wave riding and all different types of tricks. So what do you get? The Redbull Unfastened, a 5-day bash and clash between the very masters in the art. KSP pro Ayrton Cozzolino came up with the original idea. Little did he know that his dream to host the top kiters in the world would come true. Today, at the age of 19, he is a real superstar on the circuit, thanks to a rocketing professional career that started as a junior, thanks to his father. And he has been at the top level since the 2011 World Wave title.
I've been here in Italy and I was born in Cape Verde. I started to do kitesurf in Cabo Verde in 2006. Thanks to my dad, Libero Cozzolino. He's my teacher. You know, if it was not for him, I was not here, you know. Yeah, here in Sardinia usually you have a beautiful sea, it's all natural, you know. Here you can have great conditions too. Not so big, but it's a great place to do like kind of this event. We do the amazing event. We invite a lot of riders of the world. I mean, the 8 best riders on the world. For me, it's a great idea. It was my dreaming. I'm so happy.
Joining Cozzolino were international kitesurf stars Machu Lopez, Rio Stevens, Bear Carey, Patrick Rebstock and Patry McLaughlin, as well as Italian wildcards Francesco Maffei and Sandro Pisu. Well, Ayrton also won the event ahead of Americans McLaughlin and Rebstock, but for the complete snapshot from Sardinia with more pro interviews and all the action from the water, join me, Andy Van Sale, on a special half-hour episode, premiering on the 2nd of June, only on Nautical Channel. Well, that's a wrap from the Unfastened event here in Sardinia. I hope you guys enjoyed the action. We'll see you next time, only on NC Sports.
Welcome to the office. The Duchess of Cambridge is the reigning champion following a maritime battle with her husband in New Zealand. The Royals were invited to skip her Team New Zealand America's Cup boat for a 2 races shootout. A huge crowd is lining vantage points to first welcome the royal couple and then to witness the match racing held on a tight course outside the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron.
I was last out with Prince William sailing, and he made the comment last time that the Duchess would be very envious of the fact that he'd been sailing, as she's sort of a keen sailor, and from what I hear, there's sort of the competition is going to be pretty key today, so yeah, looking forward to getting into it.
The Royals arrive at the Emirates Team New Zealand base under torrential rain to be introduced to their tacticians.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the better crew actually, as far as I can tell. I just put the word, I said to the Duke that the word we've been given was to let the Princess win.
A couple of hours later, the truth is, he might be the future king, but Prince William is forced to admit defeat at the hands of his wife.
I just want a quiet night. I wanted a quiet night. Well done, well done.
This is good, yeah. A bit harder work.
Got a slight speed advantage.
We were sabotaged.
We were just following the protocol handed down from the palace a couple of days ago that the princess had to win, and I thought we carried that off quite well actually.
Whatever Grant is pretending with America's Cup racing, it's all about the start, and that's where the Duchess got the edge.
Just tried to make sure we didn't crash into them. That was sort of the first thing, but no, we had a second race was really good. It was really close, and it was she was right into it.
Earlier, and on board the luxury boat Imagine, Kate and Williams were presented to their respective crews. A mixture of Emirates Team New Zealand members and up-and-coming young sailors.
It's a real honour, like, I'll be able to tell my kids when I'm older how I met the Duchess and things and sailed alongside her, which will be pretty cool.
The Duchess has spent time crewing around the world boats in the past, and she's also said to be a huge fan of New Zealand efforts to win the America's Cup.
So today she came not just as a royal, but as a fan. Team Duke is with Grant Dalton. Team Duchess is with another sailing hero, Dean Barker. 2 races, Kate's boat dominates her husband in both and walks away with a lovely victory.
Something happened with the bow and she shouted excuses, excuses to William.
She thinks it could be a little quiet in Wellington tonight, so yeah.
So perhaps there is no future in sailing for the Duke of Cambridge.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can afford him though. He might be a bit expensive. The insurance would definitely be a killer.
But a rematch could be on the cards.
Treat George next time.
A promise to return to the water, but for now, Catherine leaves Auckland, the reigning queen of the sea.
This Royals report was brought to you in collaboration with Ruth Wynne-Williams from TV1 News and Emirates Team New Zealand. Special thanks to both of them. Rendezvous next week, same time, same place. Until then, goodbye and fair sailing.
After a full week of top wave conditions and tight competition in Visla, Ecuador, Team Hawaii makes it to the top and is now the new World Junior Surfing Champion. The most accomplished young surfers in the under-16 and under-18 categories flocked to Ecuador from over 32 nations. This world-class event organized by the International Surfing Association. It was a tight finish on points between three strong surfing traditions. The Hawaiians had to fight for their gold, with Team France clinching their silver medal just ahead of Team Australia that settled for bronze. Girls' individual results also spelled Hawaiian domination as both Tatiana Weston-Webb and Mahina Maeda successfully defended their gold medal, respectively, in under-18 and under-16. While in the boys' categories, Brazil's Luan Wood took the under-18 and France's Leo Paul the under-16. Real close-up look at these sensational junior surfing worlds with all the insight, the drama, and the joy. Tune in to NC Sports for the next edition of Top Story, only on Nautical Channel. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.